Hi, I'm Andy Ritchie and you're watching Stretty News TV.
Hello and welcome to Stretty News TV. I'm with Stuart Mathieson from the Manchester Evening News. Stuart, getting on with this season recap, gives your thoughts on Chelsea being worthy champions.
Well, yeah, worthy champions, anyone who finishes top. That's the old adage, isn't it? You know, whole saying, cliche, whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't particularly like to watch them every week, I have to say that. But, you know, I know people call them boring and all that, but anyone, to me, who's got Eden Hazard in the side can't be that boring, because I think he's a fantastic player. Love to have seen him here. It wasn't to be. So yeah, you know, they've done well, and fair play to them. They've come out on top. I don't think it's been a vintage year to come out and top in the Premier League, to be honest, because I don't think the challenges from elsewhere have been that great. So let's see what they do when everyone can get it together, hopefully next season. Yeah.
Speaking of exciting players and one destined to be Manchester United player next season, almost done, is Memphis Depay. So your thoughts on getting business done early this season? I suppose learning from Chelsea in that respect.
Yeah, it's always better to get it done early, as United have proved in the past, and I think last year, I think the fact everything happened so late, even when the season had started, I think that put United on the back foot and never really fully recovered from it, in my opinion. Too many people to fit in too late in the day, so to get him in there early, to take him, you know, on the American tour is brilliant. What I've seen of him, not seen an awful lot, you know, seen the YouTube clips, but you know, you can make a YouTube clip good from anybody, can't you? Anderson's was good, yeah. Anderson and Bebe probably had a great YouTube clip, so I won't go too much on that. What I've spoken to people in Holland, sources over there have said, you know, really that is he going to be the Nani, or is he going to be the Cristiano Ronaldo, which I did a piece on earlier this week about that.
Is it fair drawing those comparisons so early?
Well, it's always going to happen. It's good copy for us. And I know I've had a lot of complaints about it on Twitter and things like people having a go at me for making these comparisons. But hey, you know, you've got to live with that. It's been that kind of thing from day one. You know, second George Best, the second Eric Cantona, all this kind of thing. You can't get away from it. If you're big enough to cope with it, then it won't mean a thing for you.
You can't cope, you shouldn't be a Manchester.
Well, exactly, yeah. You know, Nani had the comparisons, never really lived up to those as a new Cristiano Ronaldo. So, you know, is he going to be a Ronaldo or a Nani? I think the jury's going to be out for a couple of seasons yet. People I've spoken to in Holland, they're a little bit mixed on it. Some think he's going to be a little bit fly-by-night like Nani. But he's certainly got the skills to be a Ronaldo from what we see and what we're told.
From a journalistic perspective, what's it been like working with Van Gaal this season? That man in the corner had a reputation with journalists like to ban a few.
Yeah, this is putting me off. This is he's always there on your shoulder, isn't it? Well, I you know, for the start, working for Fergie for nearly 20 years was incredible. Towards the end, it got a little bit, shall we say, boring from a journalist perspective, because there was nothing more he could say. There was nothing new to say. I mean, he was still saying new things in the dressing, which was why great credit to his longevity. Because of that, he was saying different things to the dressing room. But to us, it was getting a little bit mundane, you know. And so it was a breath of fresh air. Even I have to say, even a breath of fresh air to have David Moyes in last year, just to hear a different voice, a different perspective. All right, we know what happened there, but Van Gaal, I think, has been terrific. I think he's great. Not anything what I expected. I thought he was going to be another Fergie, who could humiliate you, could embarrass you in press conferences, made you tentative of certain questions, how you worded them. But Van Gaal just will take anything on in his stride. He'll answer the question. Sometimes he'll knock something back, but does it in a nice kind of way where you don't feel, you know, as if everyone's laughing at you, kind of thing. So, and he's come up with some Dutchisms that have made it interesting. When he came out with I know he got some stick for coming out with all those stat sheets, but it was different and it was fresh, and I've enjoyed it. And as a guy, I like him. I can't say I particularly like his football yet, but to deal with him on a press conference way, it gets a thumbs up from me.
This season, United fans have a lot to thank David Depay for. Without shadow of a doubt. It does look like he's leaving. Should United go out and spend fortunes on replacing him, or bolster defence instead? What should be the priority out of both? Maybe they can do both, but what should be the priority?
Yeah, I was going to say, United, the way they're talking money-wise these days, they should be able to do both without question, and that's the market United should be in. Before I answer that, going back to David Hare, I don't think United will be in the Champions League next season without him. If he hadn't been playing, I think the season probably would have ended up exactly like David Moyes' season, around about 7th, because I think he's saved them that many points. But he's not irreplaceable. You know, no goalkeeper's irreplaceable. All right, it took a while to replace Schmeichel, you know, and Van der Sar, you know, David De Gea came in, so he's not irreplaceable. I think they've got a great guy, possibly a ready-made guy in with Victor Valdez. You know, I think you shouldn't worry too much. If you bring a young keeper, yeah, I think if you put him in for next season and maybe bring a younger lad through, unless he's as good as David and go straight in. So yeah, I would say think about Valdez as your senior man and look for a younger keeper. But definitely the defence has got to be improved.
We spoke to Henry Winter just before, and he mentioned Hugo Lloris. And I posed to Henry that his distribution is something I'd be worried about.
Yeah.
Van Gaal likes to decide to play from defence.
Yeah.
And that's something that's important, to have that attribute in your game. So you're saying stick with Valdez, or go out and buy the likes of Lloris, or maybe Peter Cech has been touted now as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, Petr Cech, I'd rather have Petr Cech than Lloris. I can't say I've ever particularly fancied Lloris as a United goal, or as even Tottenham. I don't, you know, he's okay. You know, I'm not dumbing him down completely. I just don't think he's that high quality. Petr Cech and Valdez, I think great, but you know, I do think you need another young lad to come through. So maybe I think Valdez and a 20-year-old, 21, 22-year-old, great.
I know you did lots of stuff on United, and this season you haven't been to many European games, unfortunately. Maybe next season, but maybe I suppose the top 3 grounds in your journalistic career that you've been to for sake of atmosphere. Give your top 3.
Apart from Old Trafford, okay. Well, obviously the new Camp Nou, whatever you want to call it, fantastic, because you know, you always take you back to the '99 final, so that has to be in there. Bernabeu, same. Are you talking about Europe or England as well?
Wherever.
I have to say, you might not like that, I have to say Anfield. I do like it on an occasion when United are there. I do think it's absolutely fantastic. Might not be like that every week, I'm sure, but I just think the compactness in the crowd, because of the bitterness of the whole thing, I think it gives it an edge, and that's what you want, you know. And then it wasn't particular atmosphere, but to actually be in America now when Man United were playing in Brazil in 2000, that was you know, to be in a sort of an iconic stadium like that was brilliant.
To wrap it up, best Manchester United player this season apart from David De Gea.
Blimey, apart from David De Gea.
It's too easy. Too easy.
That's the been ones other than him.
Give us one.
Goodness me, apart from David De
Gea. Yeah, goodness me, you are asking a question there, aren't you? Well, I think over the course of the season, I never thought I'd find myself saying this. I think Ashley Young. I thought he'd be gone last season. You know, we were all doing who were going to leave United last summer, and to me, he was right at the top of the list with a lot with you know, your Cleverleys and your Andersons and people like that. But he's turned it round, and fair play to him. He looks the player now he was 5 years ago, something like that. Not only as an early season as a wing back, which was great for United at the time, but also as the out and out winger, which to me United desperately need. You know, that sort of player that can take people on and set things up. That's what United's all about, and they've lacked it. I thought Di Maria was going to be it, but he hasn't. So yeah, I would have to say Ashley Young, I think.
That's brilliant. Thanks a million, Stuart. Lovely having you on Stretty News TV.
No worries.
Thank you.
No worries at all.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Andy Ritchie, and you're watching Stretty News TV.